Alright guys, it's Hater here. I am just gonna show you what I've been doing lately. Just running a lot of maps and keeping track of what I get. So, I got 100 T9 vault maps, no sextant, with the full Wind Ripper MF setup, and it's also Elder locked, which just means that the Elder was occupying it and I wasn't killing his guardians. So I could run endless Elder maps. He just never left. I killed a regular boss and everything, so there was no complications there. So quite awesome. I ended up investing about 245 C to start, 2 per map, and then an ALK, and then to reroll I added 20 ALK, 15 Scour, which it's an estimate, but it's very close. The maps I calculated at tier average. I got 1 through 5 here, and then 6 through 11, and then 1 through 5, 6 through 10, and then this is 9 and 10 here because I ran out of room again. But the whites were all relatively low, like I think like 0.2 or something like that per I calculated them at, and then the 6 and 7s were around 0.5, the 8s, 9s, 10s all like anywhere from like 0.7 to 0.9, something like that, under a chaos. And then the reds I looked up because there was only a few of them. It ended up around 267 C. It's very close, but not quite exact. The raw currency was in here, plus all the cards and stuff. Essences I didn't calculate because I don't sell them, and I just didn't want to calculate that, but I did want to show what I got out of those. Right here I got, the big ones. The Hoarder and Abandoned Wealth. I ended up with 2 complete stacks of the Hoarder and no additionals, so that was cool. And only 4 of the Abandoned Wealth. So I took the Chaos that I had found in that and bought another one and turned it into, the last bit I needed for the 5 Exalt there. The cards I got here are, the Opulent here is the first one, which is pretty useless, but you could get lucky. It's an eye level 100 ring. I didn't get lucky. I didn't get anything. Nothing over here. So this one here is the Gambler. Is a div card. This one is Emperor's Luck. Didn't get anything. I didn't get anything here either, obviously, as you can see. Encroaching Darkness, which is just a unique corrupted map. I did get 2 Poor Joys and a bunch of just regular cheaper maps here, but the 2 Poor Joys was nice. I think this is the Fusings, or no, this was the Veil. Not sure what that card's called. The Gem Cutters, and then the Herb Mask here, and then just randoms. None of these were worth anything. These ones were worth something, about 10C. So that's just what that shows. So this is obviously before I turned anything in, before I exchanged anything, whatever like that. Other than the jewelers to the fusings, because the whole page would have been filled with jewelers if I didn't. So after turn in, this is what I got here. The 5 Exalt, it's very nice. All this regular currency, I hadn't sold those quite yet or any of this, but it ended up, all in all, after turning, being about 1100 C, 1096 to be exact, and then you add them together, you end up with your 1363 here. Subtract out your original investment, and you get your total profit here, which was a little over 1100 chaos, which I was happy with. It takes a while though, so I also calculated about how long it took me to run each map, and it's very variable right now with the Abyss League, just because you never know how many of those Abyss rifts you're gonna have to follow, or if you're gonna end up getting a depth, or so it's very variable. But I tried to not do anything that would take a long time other than the depths. Obviously I did all those, so it calculated out to about that, just to be easy in numbers. You know, so 100 maps at 4 minutes per map is 6 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, little bit of calculation, you end up 167 chaos per hour. Not bad. A lot of time. I'd say about mid-investment. Nothing crazy. If you were into the game a little bit, you could probably do this, no problem. This isn't. You couldn't run all these at the beginning of the league, though. You wouldn't be able to profit off of this. The MF gear definitely makes a huge difference. So that was the first one I did. Then the most. The second one I did here is the 30 Shaped Dwarfs, which sorry. Okay, I had chat. I did 30 Dwarfs here with the same MF gear, but this time I have a sextant block on it, and I moved the Elder over to it. Luckily, I didn't, you know, nothing specific that I did. I just kind of tried to push it over there and hoped it would land on it, and it did. So the investment here is about the same. Maps, 2C alc per. Sextants, I do 2 whites, 1 yellow, 1 red on it. Ends up being 140 for all of them. And then the rerolls at about 20C per for all of this. I did end up rerolling quite a bit on these, just bad luck. This is my results. I just have the one page here. It wasn't nearly as much loot as the last one. So the divination cards here. Gambler, Encroaching Darkness, and then your lucky connections. So it ends up being, this is what I got. Nothing good from the maps. You know, 20 fuse is always nice, and then those cards were about worthless. So what you got here is 10C for all that, which makes sense. I did get a Putrid Cloister drop early. I think it was like the second map I did, and 2 exalts. So these numbers are skewed, and I know that I'm gonna end up doing this again, I think, just to see what the difference is, or if I get more exalts. Maybe it's not, but I doubt that. So these were not natural chaos drops, and I kind of wanted to just specify that. I did the maps the same way, calculated them out. The reds took a while. But I got, what I get here, 108C for the maps. Raw currency was 515, that's just all this stuff here. The cloister was 75. So all in all, ended up with 698 chaos on the page. Essences, again, I didn't count, but I wanted to show. And then you subtract your investment, you end up with 463C income, which looks like a lot less than the other one, but the investment in time is not nearly as much, because remember, we were doing 100 before. Obviously this isn't going to take nearly as long. And dwarfs, actually, I found are a little bit faster, if not about the same speed as the vaults. But I did use sextants on every 3 maps, so that's 1 minute per 3 maps added in there. Ends up being about 2 hours 10 minutes. If you were to back, you know, just start dumping and no break time, which is how I calculated all of them. I don't run like that, so it took me much longer than this to do this, but you get the idea. Income 213 chaos per hour. If you go back here, that's actually more. So, but you never know, because it's skewed with the exalt drops and the Putrid Cloister. I could see like maybe 1 exalt or maybe the map, but you know, all 3, that's just kind of, it's definitely not your average. So the latest one I just did today, and this one sucks. It was 30 Spider Forest, not Shape, just regular Spider Forest, that I quality'd to 20%, just to kind of see what that does. This did have a bit of a block on it because it's right there next to wharf, so I can kind of use my other block. Ended up only having to put I think something like 10 yellow sextants in to block it, which was awesome. And then the same Wind Ripper gear. It's that I use for the other ones. The investment around the same. I like to keep it around the same, 250C. The maps 118 for the maps, and I actually calculated this out as I did it, so this is exact. The sextants as well, very exact. And it was only one red and one yellow I did. I didn't go crazy and try to sextant out with a bunch of reds. I just figured that would guarantee me a loss. And I would have probably been right, seeing the results here. Right here in the middle you can see I ended up losing money. And you could probably tell just by looking at this that I lost money. But it was just bad luck. I don't think this is how it should have ended out. And if I would have had a doctor drop, then you know you can just scratch this whole thing, you know. So it depends. RNG is a bitch, but it is what it is. Raw currency was 132, maps about 80C. This is what I got for my divination cards. You get the gambler again, obviously from everything, encroaching darkness from everything, and then the betrayal, which gives you a Maligaro's gloves, which actually ended up rolling quite well, so I'll probably be able to sell those. And then those three hold on. I'm not really sure what those three are. Let's go check. Ah, that's right. Alright, so that was yeah. Sorry guys. Here we go. So, alright, so that was the Veil Temple map, the Lingering Remnants. That is gonna sell well, so that's all that was. My results here, you can see these weren't. One of them was the Dapper Prodigy, so I got another 3C there, and then these are all 3C, so it ends up being, all in all, I did get lucky with my one map and get Poor Joys, so 34C there, total 246. Blah 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 blah. 5.5 minutes per map because this map kind of sucks, but you know, the doctor. I only sextanted twice, so it was about half a minute per 3 maps. It's calculated out to almost 3 hours, and who cares? You know, I have lost. Lost is lost, no matter what it is. So this was, you know, it sucked. It balanced out the other two, I suppose. But you know, it was fun. All in all, whatever. I'll keep going. I will keep you updated. I'll probably do a video with 2 or 3, or if I do one big one, I'll do a video. Let you know how it went.